Okay, good evening. How's everybody doing today? Today, we are going to talk about the government shutdown. What is a government shutdown? How does it affect you? What are the details? What should you know about a government shutdown? And why is this one different from the ones in the past? Okay, so a lot of you have noticed with this particular government shutdown, not much has changed. When the government shuts down, it's not really shutting down per se. All the essential services continue to function, but the people who perform those functions just don't get paid. People like the military, your post office clerks, the big government, the federal government people. So the national parks are shut down, things like that. Um, some people have to do their job. That the mail has to be delivered. The military has to military. So they do their jobs every day without a paycheck. And now that we're reaching the 1 month mark pretty soon of this government shutdown, you are going to start to see cracks in the seams, we'll say. So your local government, like your DMV, police officers, for some places, ambulance, for other places, the people who anytime you have to approach your local government about anything, parking enforcement, that's local government. They're not affected by the government shutdown. It is the federal government that is shutting down. So why are they shutting down, you ask? Well, it depends on who you ask specifically. If you ask, say, the Democrats, they will tell you we are holding the line for the Affordable Care Act. There are provisions in the Affordable Care Act that drastically lower insurance, drastically. And without these provisions, the majority of the people on the ACA, the people who the ACA was designed for, will get double and triple bill, 300% raises in their monthly bills for their insurance. And for some people, they'd rather just not have insurance than pay 300 times what they're paying right now. If you ask the Republicans, they say we're holding line because the ACA has a provision that gives illegal immigrants health care. So there is a small provision in there that says that people who are treated in the emergency room can receive emergency services. So every time you or I show up into emergency room without insurance, it'll be paid for by the government if I should happen to up and leave or something like that. So that goes for everybody. But a small portion of those people who do that are illegal immigrants, and they are covered too. Now, I've gone back and forth with people about this provision because it's ridiculous, in my opinion, that 0.04% of the provision is responsible for people wanting to get rid of the entire program. Like, let's get rid of the Affordable Care Act because 0.04% of people who use it are illegal immigrants. That is the line, but it sounds utterly ridiculous. There's no way, because the majority of the people, we'll say the higher percentile of the people who use ACA services are Republican. There are entire states that are Republican states where the usage is so high. It was the reason why the Republicans didn't want to institute it in the first place, because they knew once people started to use it, it would be hard to strip away. So now that it's here, it's labeled as Obamacare for people who don't like Obama to say, hey, it's Obamacare. I don't want that. Let's get rid of Obamacare, but we're going to keep the ACA, not realizing that they are one and the same. So if the Democrat line isn't the real reason and the Republican line isn't the real reason, then why? Why this large stalemate over a small, tiny provision that only affects less than 1% of the program? I hate to say it, but the reason is Mike Epstein. So much energy has been given to this dead man who killed himself rather than face justice years ago in our government today. It is ridiculous. What does Mike Epstein have to do with anything? Well, so there is a senator from Arizona, I believe. Where's she from? I believe she's from Arizona. It is a Democratic governor from Arizona. We'll say Arizona because I can't find it. Her name is Adelita Grajova. Hova. So she represents what would be in Congress, in the Senate, excuse me, in the Senate, the 218th vote necessary for them to order the release of the Epstein files. Why are the Democrats so eager to have these files released? Well, initially they weren't. They had no interest in it. They thought it was just a waste of time and gave no resources. As a matter of fact, Epstein was arrested in 2019 under President Trump. The FBI director that he hired was still the FBI director when Biden took office. So whether it never reached his desk or he never had any level of concern for it, or maybe he was the one trying to protect somebody on the list, we don't know. But for some reason, Trump didn't pursue it, Biden didn't pursue it, but Trump vowed that on his first day in office, that they would release the Epstein files. Okay. And he's been in office for 10 months now and has yet to release the Epstein files. So people are wondering, why is that? Some people point to maybe rich donors on the list. Some people point to they have a tight majority in Congress, and maybe there are some Republican people on the list who might lose their situation if it was found out. But most of us believe that he is on the list. Was he abusing children for gratification? Probably not. But then why is he so ardent in keeping it from being released? We don't know. So we speculate. The only thing that would keep me from why protect pedophiles anyway? I don't care if they're Democrats, Republicans, celebrities. Everybody says there was a bunch of Democrat celebrities on a list, and that's why they wanted to get it out there. As soon as they got the power, they took a look at the list and was like, oh, well. And there is some people say it has something to do with Israeli officials or something like that. I don't want to get into speculation. I'm going to go with the obvious. I believe he's protecting himself or his friends or his donors. If not, prove me wrong. Just release the files. It's that simple. So why does Mike Epstein and the government shut have to do? So if she gets sworn in by the GOP majority leader, Mike Johnson, then she'll be able to cast her 218th vote. So it is believed, and he's already said, we're not going to swear her in until after this is all done. And then it's been a month, almost nearly a month, another week, and it's a month. So it's gone past speculation. They've questioned him, they've cornered him. He's given many different reasons as to why, and the evasiveness and the shifting of the blame makes it more and more believable that it is the Epstein files is the reason for this. So just tell me what you think. Hit me up. Tell me I'm wrong. Provide the proof, and we can talk about it. I'm out.